everyone, welcome to Illinois and Garden Zone 5. So are you ready for fall? Would you like to decorate inside? Do you need some inspiration? Would you like to use some of the stuff that you have grown in the garden inside? Well, let's get going. I'll take you inside. I'll show you how I decorate for fall in the living room and the dining room, how I rearrange and get things all beautiful for the new season. If that sounds like something that you would enjoy seeing, come along with me. And please like, share, and subscribe. In the storage bin, I have some pumpkins. I also have these Glade pumpkin spice candles. I've tried lots of different candles, really like that scent though. My pretty coffee cups that for fall. Couldn't wait to get those out for my pumpkin spice coffee. And then we've got some flower picks, some artificial greenery, some pumpkins, some statuary, just an array of different decor that I've collected over the years. Very budget friendly, and you can still find these things when you're out shopping. Now, in between seasons, when I switch out decor, this is the time I clean really good. So I'm wiping everything down that I'd used in the summertime, and then I'll clean off the fireplace mantle to decorate for fall. I do apologize for the lighting. The day that I filmed this, we were in the west sun, so we have some west sun shining in on us, which gave a little bit of a glare, but you can still see what I'm doing. So I'm putting some greenery on the fireplace mantle, and then I take some pumpkins, and I'm going to put some pumpkins, I'm going to put some leaves in there, all very budget friendly, all repurposed and reused from previous years. Now you may even have little pumpkins you're growing in your garden that you could bring in and use. And then candlesticks. I love candlesticks for winter and fall. Now these candles I really like because I picked these up last year on Amazon, and I'll link them below for you, but they're battery operated, but they look pretty realistic. And they're on a remote. So I have a group of them together, and they come in a set of 6, and they come in all different colors, but I just wanted some cream ones, and I put different candlesticks together. Now, if you have ever purchased glass candlesticks, like the cheaper ones that you could get at the dollar store for a couple bucks, or when you're out thrifting, don't think that you can't spray paint those. Those gold candlesticks that you see on my mantle are actually not brass. They were glass candlesticks that I had picked up years ago for like $1.49 and spray painted. Now as we move on to the coffee table, I'm giving it a nice clean before we get going here, but I really like our coffee tables and end tables because it opens up our living room by having the glass tops. It gives it the illusion of being bigger and more open and airy. Now the first thing I'm going to lay down is a garland that I had picked up at Hobby Lobby a few years ago, and I just attached it to make it look more like a wreath, and I'm just giving it a little bit of a fluff there since it's been in a storage box, and it's got those pretty pumpkins and leaves on it. And then I have a thrifted planter that is gold that I really like, and I've added some garden hydrangeas to it. There's no water in the container, I'm letting them dry. And then I picked up some at a flea market last year in Paris, some brass birds that I think really tie in nicely with that fall look for the coffee table. And I did want to note, if you have pets in your home, be careful with the hydrangeas. The hydrangeas I set in the middle of the coffee table. We do have new kittens, and they are not bothering getting up on the coffee table, not bothering that. But I have since moved those just because they are highly toxic to pets. So if you have pets that like to nibble, you may not want to use real hydrangeas. That may be a place where you want to put some silk hydrangeas, which is what I'll probably be looking for. Next, it's time to add some layers on the couch and the chairs, some different colored pillows for fall to add to the black and white ones, which ended up being really good for fall. They tie in really nice with the orange. Now the pillows and the throws that I'll be using, I've had for a while, purchased at Home Goods and Ross. a few years ago, and then I just store them and bring them back out every fall, putting on different layers and textures. So I do use some other blankets too, some other throw blankets just for that extra texture. We really love our sofa. That is a lazy boy sofa that we ended up picking the fabric, and I wanted to go very light with it because this is how I like to decorate, very neutral, large pieces of furniture, and then have color in the different pillows, throws, decor that I use. And you've seen Winston, our new kitten, is helping me out here as I'm getting ready to add the throw. We found out the kittens love the fringe. Then I'm going to decorate what I call the glass greenhouse. Now this was a thrift find at the French Market in Morris a few seasons ago, and I use this all year long. So if you find something when you're thrifting like this, keep in mind you can repurpose this for all your different seasons by changing out your decor inside of it. So the birds are a heavy type of stone, and they came with the glass greenhouse, and I layered in some books on the base to make them higher in the greenhouse to give them more of a prominence. And then I placed some greenery and some pumpkins in there with them, and that just gives it an added fall decor at a really nice price point. Now as we move to the dining room, I clean off the bookcases. This is a great time to do it. Take all the summer decor off. A lot of it I will be repurposing and putting back on, but I'm going to be adding in fall touches. For example, the lemons on the table in the jar, I'll take the lemons out. They were great for summer, and I'll add in some pumpkins there instead. Or I'll just use the decor I already have and add pumpkins or leaves or something on it that'll just give it a nod to fall, and it's very budget friendly, and I'm not having to store all of the summer decor. A few thrift finds. One is that glass covered cake plate. You can pick those up just about anywhere nowadays, and they're great to put your fall decor in as an accent, or you can put battery operated pillar candles in them and let the light shine through them with a little bit of greenery. That's really pretty on a shelf or a bookcase. Also be on the lookout for hard-covered books when you're thrifting. They are great to set your decor on just to give it a little bit of elevation. Next, we headed out to the garden and we picked some hydrangeas and brought them in. So I have a bunch of different panicle varieties. I brought in Quickfire Fab and Limelight and Little Lime, and I'm using them around the little ceramic pumpkin that's on the silver tray. I do not put them in water because they will dry really nice, and so I just take all of the leaves off. Now you may have a couple of green leaves up closer to the flowers, and I just leave those. They'll eventually dry and you can peel them off later if you want, or just leave them on. But I'm just tucking them around the pumpkin to bring in some of that garden for fall, and those colors are just gorgeous for fall decorating, in those raspberries and the creams and the green colors. Just really pretty, and you can use these just to tuck in anywhere on a shelf or in an arrangement. You could put them in a actual container like a flower arrangement like I did on the coffee table, or I've laid them on the bookcases, tucked some in on the fireplace mantle. So they are just really handy, and they're free. After you plant your plant, every year you have these that you can go out and trim. Now, if you don't have one, maybe you have a friend or a family member that wouldn't mind that you come over and trim some. You can see I'm adding some more into the arrangement on the coffee table, just giving it a fuller look. So I got a lot of the decorating done, and then I decided I was in the mood to switch the furniture around. There's a couple ways I can move our furniture in our living room. Our couch is really long, so we are limited on, where I can put it between the fireplace wall and the front window wall. And then we have the open concept of the kitchen, dining room, and living room. But I do like to change it up. It just gives it a fresh feel when you move your furniture around. Even if you don't move all the pieces in your living room, but just change up a little bit, you feel like it's kind of new. And at this time, it's a perfect time. Also, I do all the cleaning then as I'm rearranging for fall. And I really like this little black end table French provincial that I picked up thrifting, that I painted black. It was that cream color. Makes a really nice side table to add a little bit of decor on. And then the picture in the background I've had for a long time and just pulled it back out again and repurposed it with those fall colors in it. I decided to get some more hydrangeas out of the garden, and I bought this concrete planter a couple years ago on Amazon. If it's still available, I'll link it below for you. It's a really good quality planter, and I've had different things in it over the last couple years. I've tried different little plants. It even came with its own clear plastic liner, which was nice. Now with the hydrangeas, I'm not putting water in the planter. I'm just putting them in there dry, and I'm gonna let them dry for fall. But I thought it would be a unique nod to fall, something from the garden, and just give the planter a different look. And I really like how she turned out. Let's take a look at how it turned out. Comment below, what are you doing this year for your fall decorating?